Hello, 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 beautiful people. I hope all is well. So I'm going to jump right in because I actually have some very important meetings in the next, I don't know. Hi, Amy, we have to talk. So I got to DM you because I got to talk to you. I have some very important plans, some family plans, some life plans, and you had the inside track. So I'm going to give you a call or DM you later. Anywho, welcome everyone. This is Alison from Align with Alison. I'm a dating and relationship coach. I work with women to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. If you are new to my page, please shout yourself out so I can say hi and greet you and welcome you. The reason why I am here is the same reason I'm here every single Wednesday morning, which is to offer my free services to you. Because guess what? Sometimes free is for me sometimes. So what I normally do and what I consistently do every Tuesday is that I put in my stories that I am taking questions anonymously. So I would not share your name, your location. Sometimes gender is important, but nonetheless, happy married life, Alison. Hey, thank you. I take your questions via stories on Tuesdays, and then I come in Wednesday morning around 9 a.m.-ish, and I answer your questions. But then I also ask for those who are on the live to give us some feedback too. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you would do under those circumstances. So welcome to everyone who's joining. We are going to jump in right now, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read some of the questions that I received anonymously through my stories on Tuesday. I accept questions every Tuesday to be answered live anonymously on Wednesdays. I keep saying anonymously because I want folks to know that I don't want you to be nervous or afraid to share your question. We are here to help. I'm here to help. Those who are watching this live are here to help you. So don't be afraid. Don't shy away. Submit your question, and I would not reveal your true identity. I feel like you're like Batman or something. I'm not going to reveal your true identity. So the first question that I received was, why doesn't... I guess she means why does he, but why does he always accuse me of cheating on him if I don't let him know my exact plans? Why does he always accuse me of cheating on him if I don't let him know my exact plans? So based on the wording of this question, and y'all can tell me if I'm wilding, if I'm misreading, if I'm confused, I'm getting the impression that she is cheating on him, but she's trying to figure out why he always is accusing her of doing so. Why does he always accuse me of cheating on him if he doesn't know my exact plans? Or does she mean if I don't inform him of exactly what I'm doing, then his assumption is that I'm cheating? I think I'm going to go with number two because that's just the most practical one. If I don't let him know exactly what I'm doing on a minute-to-minute basis, his assumption is that I must be cheating on him. Let's go with that. Okay. So I think that someone already in the comments wrote what I was going to say, Ralph the coach, which is trust. I think that trust is definitely a factor here. Now we can talk about why this person doesn't trust you, right? It could be a combination of things. So perhaps this person doesn't trust you. They have concerns. They want to know where you are at all times because, one, it could be that they themselves are being dishonest and untrue in your relationship. And so when you have someone who is involved in a relationship and they're cheating, then their assumption is, well, it can't only be me. Or the way that they rationalize their poor behavior is that, well, it can't only be me. She or he must be doing it too, right? And so as a result of that, then they begin to mistreat, or they begin to hold you accountable. They begin to accuse you of their poor behavior because in their mind, they want to rationalize and say, well, my behavior is acceptable because that person must be doing it too. I can't be the only bad person in this situation, right? So I'm going to go with that's one reason why you'll find that there's a person in a relationship who is constantly accusing the other person of misdeeds. Another reason might be if you have cheated on this person before. So if you have a history of being a cheater or cheating, which I spoke about on live yesterday, the difference between the two, right? Being a cheater versus cheating, right? I have lied in my past. We all have. That doesn't make me a liar. If you have cheated in your past, it doesn't make you a cheater. Cheater or liar means it's a consistent behavior. So if you, young lady, have cheated on your mate, or if your current mate knows you have a history of cheating consistently, then, as just like how we said initially, trust is an issue. This person will not trust you. You will have to rebuild trust because you have proven to them that you are not trustworthy in that regard. So it could either be A, they're the ones who are doing the cheating, and so they're projecting that type of attitude and behavior and accusatory ways on you. Or two, you have a history of cheating, or you cheated on them, and as a result, they're afraid themselves. And so they are going to mistreat you, they're going to accuse you, they're going to do all those things because you've done it to them, or this person knows you've done it to others on a consistent basis. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. The second question is, why does he push me away the more I like him? Why does he push me away the more I like him? And those who are joining, thank you for joining. Please respond if you have an opinion or a thought or something you'd like for me to read to the general audience or share or help this person. This is a woman. Why does he push me away the more that I like him? Well, I'm going to tell you why. And I want you guys to say why as well. Generally speaking, men, I have to say this 1,000 times. Generally speaking, men are the ones who are doing the hunting, so to speak, right? They're the ones who are doing the chasing. They're the ones who usually approach women first. They're the ones who get down on one knee, right? So they're the ones that do that first step, the initial step. So if you are a woman and you're interested in a man and you're constantly pursuing that man, then he's going to lose interest in you because you've now changed the dynamic. On top of that, he may be pulling away because he's just not into you. Right? Like that classic early 2000s movie. Like, perhaps he's just not into you. If you make it easy for him to have access to you, have unlimited access to you. Exactly, Ralph. I just said the same thing. He may not like you like that. He's pulling away because he doesn't like you. So it could be one of two things. One, you've made him disinterested in you because you've taken away the excitement and the thrill and those things that happen initially in a relationship by chasing after him. You've lowered your value because why are you so thirsty? Like, why are you going after him so much, right? And then perhaps he just blatantly isn't into you. He's not interested. So he's pulling away to show you he's disinterested. We need to listen to these things. If someone is pulling away for whatever reason it may be, they're pulling away because you're chasing them too much. They're pulling away because they have other things going on in their lives and they're distracted and they have to build themselves and all of the BS excuses that people make. We don't care what their excuse is. If they show disinterest, you need to become disinterested by default. By default, if someone isn't into me, I am not into them. By default, if I'm pouring into a friendship and I'm not receiving it being poured back, I'm disinterested. By default, if I'm busting my butt and I'm working really hard in a job and I'm not being recognized, I need another job. Like, in life, we need to learn where to draw our boundaries. And so if you are pouring into someone who is not showing you that same level of interest or respect or effort, then you need to now reroute that interest or respect or effort into something else or into someone else or into whatever else. Stop chasing after people. We had this conversation on live yesterday. Same person. Stop chasing after people. If they are not interested in you in any capacity, we're not chasing after a job, we're not chasing after a man, we're not chasing after a friend, we're not chasing after anything or anyone, right? You pursue what you desire by clearly stating it. Hey, I like you. I think that this is something that we should continue. What are your thoughts? And then the gentleman says, I'm not really sure. I'm working on me. I don't know and I don't care. If someone expresses that they are disinterested or shows you, because first of all, most times you're not going to get a clear sentence of, I am not interested in you. But if they show you through your actions, and clearly she was able to pick it up, right? He showed through his actions by pushing her away, however she may equate that. She was able to pick up the fact that this dude is disinterested or losing interest. Sis, come on now. Moving on to the next question, okay? Why do men go after women they know they don't want or don't commit to? So the question is, why do men go after women they know they don't want or want to commit to? So, hi Golden Heart for you. So, let's take the first half of this question. Why do men go after women they don't want? I don't know that to be true. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Why do men go after women they don't want? I don't know that to be true. I am not under the impression that men would pursue women that they don't want. Now, we need to define wanting, right? So, are you talking about wanting in a sexual manner? Or does this apply to the second half of your question? Why do men go after women they don't want or want to commit to? Now, why do men go after women they don't want to commit to? Because let's see what Queens Being Honest says, and let's see if I concur. They want something from you, may not be a relationship. They want you, but maybe not in the capacity that you want. The challenge is intriguing. They don't know until... Sorry, Lady K is you, it's not me. They won't know until they get to know you. Thrill of the kill. That language is terrible, Sam C, but I know exactly what you mean. So I think that the audience has answered it already. Correct? Correct. They are pursuing you because there is something that they want from you, right? It could be sexual, it could be financial, it could be status, it could be access to another woman or another thing or a job opportunity. We don't know. But a man will pursue a woman that they, quote unquote, they would not pursue a woman they don't want. They're going to pursue a woman that they want something out of. The question is, what do they want out of her? And it may not be commitment. So if we take the second half of your question, which is why do men go after women they don't want to commit to? It's because there's something of value that she holds. Access to her finances, access to her body. There's something of value that this man wants. And so he's going to pursue that woman. However, it may not be for the same thing that woman wants. And so the responsibility is on that woman to vet the men that she allows in her life. The responsibility, yes, network. It could be something, I don't know what it is, but it's some worth, something that she has that he wants access to. So it's the responsibility of the woman to vet this man in order to assess why he wants access to her. It's up to that woman to ask the right questions. It's up to that woman to listen to his responses. It's up to that woman to view his body language and his behavior and his attentiveness so that you can come to the best conclusion possible. This is not 100%, right? Like Liar, Liar is a movie. We all have the ability to lie. And so we all have the ability to deceive, and you can still be deceived. However, you should not assume because a guy is interested in you, he's interested in commitment. There are conversations that need to be had. And many times, if you hold a man to the fire, right, and you ask him questions, then he is going to let you know in some form or fashion that you guys are not on the same page. If you ask him, what are your thoughts on marriage? What are your thoughts on commitment? Do you want to have children? Do you see a long-term relationship with me? Are you interested in a committed relationship? If you ask these questions, right? And we're not talking about like the Spanish Inquisition, but if you ask, for the most part, you will get your answer. Now, will that answer be, no, sis, I don't want to marry you. No, sis, I don't want children with you. No, sis, I don't want you to be my girlfriend. No, sis, I don't see it. No. You're going to get, I'm not really sure. I have to give it some thought. There are some things that I'm still working on for me. I'm still building my business. I'm still, which means no. And I'm going to say the same comparisons over and over and over again. It's just like when you were a kid and you asked your parents if you can go to the party and they said, we'll see, right? And then after they said, we'll see, you should know that the answer is no. By the fifth party, you should know that the answer is no. They will tell you yes. And then the night of the party, you say, Ma, oh, can you take me to the party? And they be like, what party, right? So you need to know that, one, ask questions thoroughly so that you are in a position to relatively be able to see, either through their words, most likely through their actions, whether or not they're serious about commitment. First of all, you need to figure out if they want commitment. Not you, commitment with you. That's the first thing. And then you need to assess whether or not they want commitment with you. And can we also have a conversation about whether or not you want commitment with them? Can we talk about that for a second? Do you want commitment with them? And do you want commitment with them because you are actually interested in building a life with them? You can see your level of compatibility. You have an attraction to each other because that's imperative, especially in your first, like, if you're my age, 20, 30, 40 years. I mean, when you're 70, like, who really cares as much? But come on now, right? Do they have the same goals and values as you have? So let's have a conversation about whether or not you want to be committed to them because you actually see a future with them, or you want to be committed to them because society has put the pressure on you and you're in your 30s and you feel obligated to have a boyfriend that leads to marriage, or you feel obligated to have children because of biology. That I don't blame you for, but we still need to be strategic and not have children with any old body just because they're available. Just because they're available. Now, I'm not talking about the independent ladies who are saying, you know what, I cannot find an appropriate man to have a child with, so I am choosing to raise a child on my own, so I don't really care necessarily who I choose once he's healthy and not crazy. I'm not talking to the women who say, I can't find an appropriate match, so I'm going to go to the sperm bank and raise a child on my own. I'm talking about if you are looking for commitment for the sake of saying that you're committed, then that is something that you need to work on, because you are only setting yourself up for failure. And you need to know that if you choose to go that route, you are solely responsible for the result of that situation. I'm going to take the last question. I kind of went off. I'm going to read the comments real quick and take the last questions because I have a meeting. Okay. So, yes, Queens being honest means no. If someone says, I don't know, it means no. If they say, I'm not sure, it means no. I need an emphatic yes. An emphatic yes means yes. Maybe means no. All right, I need to move on. They say, let's go with the flow. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, you could kiss my ass. I'm not going with no flow. I don't go with no flow. I don't go with no flow with my job. I don't go with no flow with nothing. I'm not going with no flows and seeing how it goes. You can see how it goes with a 24-year-old. Go date 24-year-olds and pop bottles and fly her out and have all the fun you want. I'm not here for that. You can kiss my ass. People are hardly direct, which I hate. It's true. We need to be more direct. We need to train our sons to be more direct, right? We need to work on being more direct ourselves. It would save us a lot of time. Last question. I got this question via text from a friend, and I told her to write it in the story because I was going to forget. But I didn't forget. The question that she asked is, how long should it take for a newly created couple to cut off all of their old things, right? All their side hoes, all their side pieces. How long should it take? So these people were dating, just dating, and so they were dating other people, right? And now they've decided to become one. How long should it take for them, who have now become one, to cut off all of the outsides, all the extras? Is it something that should happen in hours, days, weeks, or months? Okay. I usually don't like to put time frames on stuff, except for when things are led by biology, because biology is biology and we can't control that, right? So I usually don't like to put any hard and fast rules on time per se. Unless you like dating a dude for 10 years and he says, I don't know if I want to get married. But generally speaking, I don't like to put time frames. It should not take months. No, Star Creative. It should not take months for you to cease communication and contact with someone that you are no longer dating now because you are exclusively dating. Not months. Not months. Not months. Okay? What I would say is fair. It depends on the amount of communication you have with this person first. So if you are a person who speaks every day to the old piece, then that means within a day you can cut them off. Because now that you've decided to commit to this individual, you have constant access to them. So you can easily pick up the phone because y'all talk every day anyway. And you can say, it's really been a pleasure to getting to know you. As you know, I was looking for a committed relationship. You were dating other people. I was dating other people. And I found someone who I think is a really good fit. But I hope and I wish you all the best. Now, let me tell you what's imperative about that speech. What's imperative about that speech is that you were honest in the first place. And you knew they were dating other people, and they knew you were dating other people. So it's very easy to cut it off and to break ties, because if you were straightforward from the beginning, then there's no what do you mean you cut me off? I thought we were something. No, we weren't. Because we both established from the get-go we were seeing other people to see where it goes, which I don't believe in, but you get my point, right? So if you are straightforward from the beginning, then it is nothing for you to say, we were both seeing other people and I found someone who I think is a really good match to me. I'm really happy. And so I want to pursue that and I wish all the best. But when you're dishonest from the get, you're not straightforward from the get. This person did not even know you were seeing other people. They go on their gram now. Wow, she messing with such and such now. Right? So being straightforward, being upfront from the beginning will save you lots of headaches where you can break things off within days. Now, if you don't necessarily communicate with this person on a daily basis, I don't know about going off and picking up your phone like, got a man, then I think I'm going. Like, you ain't got to go that hard, right? However, as soon as the next opportunity is that you speak to that person, you need to cut off that relationship or that kind of relationship, that dating situation, whatever it is. Cut it off. And by cutting off, it doesn't mean communication. It's any tie. So if you are on their cell phone bill and you need to let them know, and you need to get off their cell phone bill. You need to get off their car insurance. You need to get off whatever it is that ties the two of you, because when your new man or your new girl finds out, or new woman, I don't like man and girl, like that's awkward. Your new man or your new woman finds out it's been 6 months you still on their phone bill and it's problematic, then whose fault is that? Yours. Don't use people just because you used to mess with them and, oh, I have a discount, so now I can, or now I don't want to let them go because I'm on their corporate account. Stop using people, get off their shit, move on with your new mate that you're excited about. And on that note, it's been amazing. I love you all. I got to go. I have meetings on top of meetings on top of meetings. Please share this page with anyone who you think would be interested in these kinds of talks, even if they're already involved in a relationship. I love to interact with as many as people as possible. You can DM me your questions, but I'm probably not going to remember. So try to put any questions you have in my stories. That's every Tuesday. I think it may have just expired. Every single Tuesday, I put it in my stories. I take questions. I come on here. I share my thoughts. I read y'all comments. We connect. We socialize. I love y'all. Y'all love me. Adios, amigos.